How to deal with people not respecting you. In this video, you will learn how to turn a disrespectful attitude into your personal growth of power and courage. When someone puts you down, speaks badly about you, sees you as someone smaller, inferior, or it makes you feel like you are really not enough for what you're doing, it makes you more powerful and overall a better human. I am Eleni Parisi, and at this channel you will find the science of education in an easy and practical way. I am not the best person to talk about inferiority as it gets me hyped. I have experienced so much of it, and I own to this a huge, huge amount of power. My positivity, my strength to move on, to create, to get better has a lot to do with other people getting me and making me feel that I wasn't good enough. I am so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you to everyone who made fun of me, talked badly about me, made me feel bad, made me feel not enough, gossiped, gaslighted me, isolated me. Once I was in a working environment and I was new there, and someone made fun of me. He talked badly about my gender, my capabilities, even my character, and they didn't even know me well. And they said basically everything that you don't want to hear, especially when you're new somewhere. And then they called me a child. And that's because I look young, so I got so hyped up, so angry, that if it was to do once a good job, I did everything I could in order to get 10 times better at my job, in order to stand for everyone who looks different, for everyone who looks like a child, for everyone who looks that they are weak. And I remember I said that if I do it, that means that other people will do it for themselves as well. And I understood that there is a way that people get you to believe something, but you make use of your inner power. So how? How do you turn a disrespectful attitude into inner power, energy, capacity to give, courage, motivation, effectiveness, trust in your own self, trust in your own capabilities? How do you make that your inner growth? According to the researchers, there are two main things. Firstly, you need to understand, to identify, to know well when and why some people like to bring other people down. The way you see yourself sometimes tells how you will treat others. And in order to know how to bring other people down, you have passed that journey from within, or other people did that to you, but you made sure that you spoke to yourself in such a way. And by speaking to yourself in such a way, you made an art out of it, and now you go around and you make other people feel bad about themselves. Whoever finds themselves bringing others down, disrespecting others, they have lived and experienced the whole world of this small, this feeling of being small and inferior and weak and not powerful. And they want to make others to feel this way in order to balance this feeling they have for themselves. There's a study that shows that you express outwards, you project outwards what you have in your own self. So we think of others in the same way that we create opinions about our own selves. And when we hear somebody saying, you know nothing, like they're saying that to you, you know nothing, you don't deserve anything, you're not good enough, you are not capable of doing things, you imagine and you find yourself pointed out by their fingers and hear that you're worthless, and they can't believe what mess you did and how incompetent you are and how you're not going to be able to do all this stuff. Well, those precious little toxic words, they say firstly something about the person who brings them out to the world. And it's an indication of how they feel about their own self. So people disrespect you, they put you down because themselves they feel small. And by making you feel small, they are trying to find themselves at a higher position, at a better place. They tell you that you're not good enough so they can feel better about who they are. They tell you you're useless so they look like they're doing a better job. And you know that you identify and you understand what's going on with this person. And when you know that, ask yourself, can you change them? Now be honest. Is there any chance that you can change another person without them wanting to change? So, know that they will not change, and the only thing that you have power on, the only thing that you can do, and your only thing that you are going to do in order to help yourself is what you tell to yourself and how you react to those situations. So you can learn to bring out of you other things that you haven't tried before in order to mediate this situation and make it better for yourself and for them. So it's your response that needs to change first. And that brings us to the second thing that we care about. And this is how we take, how we respond, how we react to the disrespectful attitude, and how we handle it. And how do you get all this negativity, all this information that comes from the other person in order to use them for you? Number one, you don't take it personally. You learn to understand which of the words that are heard in the room they have to do about you. And maybe they're do a assess. Did I make something wrong? Could I have better make myself better in a situation? And all the rest, learn that it's an indication that has to do about them and nothing has to do about you. Number two, remember that the way they put down you is an indication that tells something about them. And how they bring those words out into the world and how this disrespect comes into the world, it shows the problems that they might have with their own self. And once you get to understand that there is a problem there, you can show compassion. You can understand that the other person is in pain and can show compassion. You don't have to become a mat for them, but you can show them kindness about their pain. Number three, you don't start saying but I, and try to explain yourself. That will bring you into worse results. One way about them that can cancel the disrespect is that you can start answering back with something good about them, huh? They don't expect that, do they? They will get startled when you find something positive. Because once you do that, this monster of criticism that firstly eats their soul from within and of course it gets out and projects onto you, it will start not getting fed by all this criticism and negativity. Okay, now how do you do that? For example, they say to you, oh, you're not competent enough. You can answer back that, oh, I see how you are bringing attention to detail here. And then you can ask them, how do you think we can do that better? So every time you find something good about them, you tame that monster and you tame this negativity they have on you. Again, don't expect them to change, but you are bringing a different relationship. You're changing the dynamic of the relationship slowly. Number 4, remember that all this negativity that you're getting and all the feelings that come with this negativity. It might be anger, dissatisfaction, frustration. You get to think a lot. All this is energy. And as energy that you get to have, you get to decide how to transform it. You can make it effectiveness for your job. You can do something positive about you, like go running after work if this whole situation happens at work. You can make it, you have the power to choose to turn it into motivation, into decision making, into courage, into alertness, into passion, into determination, and of course, compassion and growth. And you can allow this difficulty to make you go one step beyond your own self, one step towards what makes you better. And that can be your events. That can be how you get back to them. So, write up in the comments about your experience and how you turn a disrespectful situation into your power. Subscribe so you can support this community.